At the beginning of the story, Goku wasn't the strongest on Earth. He had people who were always considered stronger than him. But the thing about him was that he kept on getting stronger, to the point that even the ones above him couldn't keep up. He never had someone that he could call his rival, until Vegeta came. He was a Saiyan like him, one that possessed a lot of power. He was a fitting character to be Goku's rival, and he actually was that, even though they came from the same race. But Vegeta never actually surpassed Goku. Each time that he thought that he got stronger than him, he was proven wrong. His dream has always been to surpass his rival, but that dream never came true. In the Poo saga, that didn't happen, and even at the end of Dragon Ball Super, that didn't happen. Vegeta always falls one step behind Goku. The rivalry between them is what drives each of them to get stronger. This is that story. After everything, after all of the times that he has fell behind, this story tells the tale of the time that he achieved a form that Goku didn't have, a form that pushed him beyond his limit to a power that made him the strongest Saiyan on Earth. This is Dragon Ball After the Future. This is the second part of the story. In the first one we saw Frieza's son, EliZ. He came to Earth to challenge the strongest on there. During the fight, Pan has lost her life. Because of that, Gohan raged and achieved a new form, Super Saiyan 5. With that form he has beaten EliZ. Just when they thought that Earth was at peace, new threats arrived. The Demon Kings, Marpel and Chiyoko. We leave the story at that. We continue our story. Now Trunks, Goten and Oob are facing the two warriors. The fight starts. At the beginning our warriors are winning. They're beating the demons. But soon the tides of the battle shifts. Marble is taking on Goten and Trunks while Oob is taking on Chiyoko. The two of them are losing against Marble. They're being overwhelmed by his immense power. And from the Kaioshin world, Gohan and Vegeta are watching the fight. As Vegeta says it, they're not gonna interfere. It's a good training for the three of them. While Oob is fighting, something weird happens. He hears a familiar voice. It's Goku. Goku as always just wanna fight, just like the good old times. They're fighting and Oob is winning it actually, until Goku goes Super Saiyan 4. They get in a beam struggle, both Goku and Oob. Goku wins that exchange. He goes and picks him up. As we can see, their bond is as strong as it was, not for long. It's now revealed that wasn't actually Goku. It's a genjutsu by Chiyoko. He takes advantage of that. He kicks Oob to the air, then launches him back to the ground. Oob stands up and says, I can't win against Goku. With that, he powers up to the point of releasing a lot of ki. Even the demon is surprised by that. So he cancels his jutsu to quiet him down. Their fight continues. Meanwhile, on the same battlefield, Goten and Trunks use the fusion. Gotenks is now here. When the fight between Gotenks and Marple starts, obviously Gotenks is winning it. He's beating Marple over and over to the point that the ending of the fight is almost decided. When Gotenks is about to finish him, Chiyoko comes running to him. When he gets there, they use the fusion just like Trunks and Goten. A new enemy is born, one that's even stronger than they have imagined. He goes at Gotenks. This time the Saiyans are actually losing, even though Gotenks is in his Super Saiyan 3 form. Despite all of that, he's losing. At the end, the fusion between the demons launches Gotenks to the ground. When you think about someone who's losing, you would think he's in despair or he's angry, but Gotenks just stands up and gets ready for another fight. He says, now they will fight seriously. He takes out the wave machine and gives it to Oob, which he uses at him. Gotenks starts to transform. Then his Super Saiyan 4 form is born. Now they're gonna save Earth once more. It's their final trump card. They came up with this idea 2 days ago when they were training. After everything that they've been through, at the end they managed to control their ape form, which because of that they achieved Super Saiyan 4. The fight is now decided. As the new Gotenks goes at the fusion between the demons, it's an easy fight. At the end they use the Kamehameha to end the fight. As they all cheer, the fight is over. They're proven wrong. So Oob gets there and uses the Kamehameha, which this time they actually beat them. Now Earth was saved by Trunks, Goten and Oob. However, the real test has yet to come. Back on the Kaioshin world, Gohan and Vegeta have finally grew their tails. The first step is in the training to freely get to a Super Saiyan 4, which Vegeta can do. Now Elder Kai explains what the training will be like. Because Vegeta can go to a Super Saiyan 4, Gohan is gonna train to go to a Super Saiyan 4, while Vegeta is gonna use emotional control training. He's gonna put him under a spell. If he can dispel it on his own, he passed the training. Elder Kai thinks that overwhelming rage is necessary to trigger Super Saiyan 5, so if Vegeta can control his emotions, he can transform. If we go back to Dragon Ball Z, a lot of forms were achieved by emotions. Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2. So Vegeta controlling his emotions is the right way to achieve Super Saiyan 5. As he's done with explaining what's gonna happen, he uses his technique, the Divine Awakening. When Vegeta is hit by it, you could see his emotions. He's filled with rage. He starts laughing, crying, and feeling pain at the same time. It appears that this technique releases all of your emotions at the same time. As Supreme Kai says, that this technique was used by one Kai before. He didn't name it or anything. He was able to numb a person's emotions and confuse them with illusions. That's what Vegeta is seeing, illusions of the things that draw his emotions. So what Elder Kai has done is he's trying to make Vegeta dispelling the spell with his own power. If he does that, he will be able to draw his emotions beyond the limit. If the emotions are the trigger of Super Saiyan 5, if he completes this training, he will be able to freely draw out his emotions of rage, exceeding the limit. We could see now that Vegeta is crying. What is he seeing that made him cry? While both of the Saiyans are training to exceed their limit, an abnormal change happened to Goku's body. We see that the Dragon Balls are shattering. They start releasing energy. Dende says it cannot be. How could this happen? He wants to contact the others. Back on the Kaioshin world, Vegeta is still training. Now we see what is actually happening with him. His emotions are drawn by him seeing Goku, as he says over and over, Kakarot, Kakarot. You always outdid me for my entire life. Yet, why did you? Then he stops. This is what we're all feeling. As I said before, Vegeta's thirst for power comes because of Goku. He wants to surpass him, but he has never gotten that chance. Every time he's proven wrong. And now that's what draws his power. His emotions towards Goku, his rivalry. That's what's gonna make Vegeta stronger. Then he powers up, releasing a lot of ki to the point that he sends Elder Kai and Supreme Kai flying. From all the ki and the power that was released, a new beam of light has appeared. Vegeta has finally done it. He has achieved Super Saiyan 5, the form that goes beyond Super Saiyan 4, the form that draws the power of the Saiyan race, just like Super Saiyan 4, but takes it to the extreme. Vegeta has done it. This time, he has actually surpassed Goku. Everyone back on Earth, they all feel it, even though they are on Earth. This just shows us what Super Saiyan 5 is. He powers down. Now the strongest Saiyan is Vegeta. He gives Gohan a tip to draw the ki from his tail. That way he will be able to transform. Dende contacts them and tells them in 3 days Goku will be completely overtaken by the evil energy of the Dragon Balls and the seal will likely be undone. So now they have just 3 days. They get back to the training. Gohan draws the ki from his tail, making him transform to his Super Saiyan 4 form. Elder Kai then uses the same technique he used on Vegeta on Gohan, so he can transform to his Super Saiyan 5 form at will. As time went by, it's been 24 hours. Gohan is late. We see what his illusions are. Span. He recalls the time that he lost her. He says that he's sorry. It's all because of him, of his weakness. He's gonna definitely revive her. As he makes that promise, he finally transforms to a Super Saiyan 5. They go back to Earth. It's finally upon them. As they get the Dragon Balls, Gohan calls for Shinron. As he gets out, at last, the seal of the Dragon Balls has been undone. Will they be able to triumph over the evil dragon and save Goku and Pan? Will that end this part of the story of the time that Vegeta has actually surpassed Goku? This was the second part of Dragon Ball after the future. The thing is about this chapter is the fact that Vegeta finally got justice, has finally achieved a form that Goku doesn't have and went beyond his limits. I'm not saying that I wanna see him being always stronger than Goku, but it doesn't hurt actually to see him once in a while surpass him, which will drive the other to get stronger. Vegeta, after everything that he's been through, with his sacrifice, with his fights in the tournament, after everything, he deserves to be treated well, and him achieving something that exceeds Goku at least once. This was that story, the story of the time that Vegeta surpassed Goku. This was Dragon Ball after the future. The story is still far from finished. Thank you for watching, and saying that, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.